Well, hello there, and welcome to Artful Sprout. This Demon Hunter tiger might look cute, but I spent a good chunk of the process fighting my materials and honestly my bad decisions. I did, however, learn some lessons along the way. My first lesson was choose the tools that work the best for you, not the ones suggested, the ones that you enjoy using. That first tool was so difficult, it was just constantly moving and just honestly frustrating. When I moved on to the second tool, it worked a lot better, but almost a little too well. I felt like I was fighting it instead of the 3D printed model. It was extremely quick, but kind of to the point of where it was causing dents and dings, which wasn't fixed by my primer because I also oh, there's my puppy for you. Those dents and dings weren't fixed by my primer because I also picked the wrong type instead of the fillable, sandable one. I just picked a plain primer base coat, which definitely caused some issues later in the road. Lesson number 3. Don't do unnecessary steps. I have no idea why I decided to paint a complete coat of this dark blue when it has nothing to do with the color of the tiger other than its stripes. And then, as if to make it better, I decided to then paint the light blue all over the entire tiger, including areas that made 0 sense, like the mouth. But you know, lesson learned. Don't do that again. And lesson 3, avoid creating more work for yourself, kind of following that theme of regretting the blue, as you can see while I'm painting the mouth for the first coat and the second coat. And it doesn't unfortunately stop there, but enjoy the process. At this point, I was starting to get pretty frustrated with my decision to paint a base coat of blue, but I eventually realized it didn't matter. In the end, I was doing something that I loved. I was trying something new. I was hopping back into the art field of physical products versus my digital art that I have been focusing on more recently. And it meant a lot to be able to just experiment with something new and learn in the process. How many times do we get to just try something for the first time and really do it on our own, not do research, just hop into it and have fun? Here shows a little bit more where that sanding would have been a little bit more useful had I been able to really create a smooth surface or even just had the fillable primer. It kind of created this bumpy, fuzzy looking texture. And lesson 4, stop fighting past mistakes and find a new solution. I decided to paint the eyes white and it saved so much time. I was able to just hop right in with a color and the color was immediately what I needed it to be, which was the whole point of putting the gray base coat, primer coat. The secret tip I have for you here, if you've been following along, is Liquitexbasics acrylic paint is actually really good for building layers, which is why these eyes are so effective. So if you stayed around for the secret tip, add a little sprout emoji in the comment section for me. It was at this point I realized it didn't matter all the difficulties that I had along the way. I know it sounds super corny, but I really just honestly enjoyed being able to create, even with all the chaotic moments. it was just so nice to actually paint a physical product again versus the digital art that I've been focusing on. If you made it this far, thank you for watching, and if you have any tips or recommendations, please let me know in the comments.